Thank you very much, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephen from Son of Mary Studios. So today we are going to learn about 7 tips you have to consider while selecting a good place for your photo shoot. Photography is not about location only. Photography is all about the feeling. Photography is about the look. Before you even consider the place that you want to shoot, you have to consider all this. Remember, every client is different and every shoot is different. The tip number one, type of the shoot. If you want to shoot for a family photo shoot, maybe you just want an engagement photo shoot, or even you are shooting a birthday photo shoot, or engagement photo shoot, or adventure photo shoot, it is very important, and first thing to consider is what you're going to shoot, because that's what you're going to set up the everything else that you need. Tip number two, environment. A green garden will work better for your family photo shoot, or even in the beach where you have a good sky and a bluish sky, and the hot side can work better for a family photo shoot, or even just want to do it in a certain places where you have a good environment that can work better for family photo shoot. High fashion can work better in an environment which has a vintage look, like that's abandoned buildings, or maybe you can work in old doors, or even the city where you have buildings, tall buildings, or even reflective windows, or even the top of the building, or even the garage areas or road guards. That can work better for the fashion or high fashion photography. Engagement photo shoot will work better. Maybe the client just wanted to shoot a place where they met, or even they just wanted to shoot in the sunset where you have a good golden hour, or they just want to capture that hot photo as well as they do their own engagement. If you are shooting a birthday photo shoot, you have to consider maybe you are shooting kids, whereby you just consider a place where you have they don't have to spend much time traveling to. So environment is much better for you to consider while selecting a best place for a photo shoot. Tip number three, time. Time is very important for you to consider when you're selecting a cool place for your photo shoot. Maybe you just want to shoot in the beach, or maybe you just want those golden hour that can be captured in the morning or even evening during the sunset. And for you to catch this, you have to consider the best time for you to go and do it. Or maybe you just want to do this in the beach, where you have to shoot in the mid morning for you to catch that bluish sky and a clear side. I don't recommend people shooting the beach along the day, maybe in the noon, because sun will be very harsh. Also, maybe you have to consider, if you just wanted to shoot a family photo shoot, you have to consider a good time that they will alive. Tip number four, variety in one place. Just make sure that the environment that you select, or the location that you have selected, that you can shoot different look in one place without shifting to a different location. For example, maybe you just want to go and shoot in a certain villa, or maybe a garden. That one you can shoot a bit of windows, or maybe a garden which is close to the beach, that you can do with the green background there, with the environment, with the vegetations around. And also you have to go to the beach maybe to shoot and capture some few stuffs along the beach. Tip number five, accessibility to the location. Maybe, for example, you are shooting with a group of people, or maybe a family. You have to consider how you are going to access that place. Are you going to access it using a motorbike? Are you going to access it using a taxi? Is your car going to make it to the location? If you have the kids, are they going to be to access that place on time? One thing you should understand, that you don't have to select a place which is very far from your location, or even the location of your client, because this will save enough time for you to shoot. Tip number six, private and public place. You have to consider, if you have to select a place which is a private place or is a public place, because these two has a both advantage and disadvantage. One advantage of a private place is security. Most of these places are secured, so you don't have to worry too much about security. But most of these places you have to pay for it, so you have to inquire on time whether they allow you to do a certain shoot. Remember, most of these places they may never allow you to do a commercial shoot in those places, so you have to inquire first whether they do allow you to do the kind of shoot that you want to shoot. And also you have to inquire how much they may charge you, if they are charging. Public places, these places, most of them, nobody will charge you, but still they have a disadvantage, because whenever there's so many crowded people allowed, and you may never have enough time to take a good photo. For example, on the beach, a public beach whereby you go on weekend and you find so many people are swimming, you may never get a chance to take a clear photo without people disrupting you in the background. So you have to consider these places. Tip number 7, the safety and the security. This is all about you and about your gear and about your client. You don't expect yourself to go a place whereby you put yourself so vulnerable to the criminals who can steal your gear or even injure you or even steal your property and your client properties. You don't want to end in a situation whereby you go home with no footage where your camera or your footage has already gone. So before you select a place, you have to consider whether this place is secured or not. Public places tend to be so vulnerable to the criminals, or even private places too. So you have to consider where you're going, whether the place is so secured or not. We have talked about shooting in abandoned buildings. Don't just go there without considering the security, because those places are too risky for you to be there without enough security. We have also talked about shooting the beach in the morning or even the evening. You have also to consider, you don't have to go there alone just to put yourself in the danger where you can be attacked by these guys alone and can't steal your stuff. So just make sure that the place you visit is much more secure. And this stuff, you have to worry more about the security. Just click that button down there and subscribe to our channel, and also ring that bell to receive most notification where we post our video. We do post our videos 3 times in a week. That is Monday, Thursday and Saturday. Now tip number 8, which is the last point, is that you have to consider, if you are shooting a big project and if you can be able to access that point, it's good to do pre-visit. It is good to pre-visit that place even before you go for a day for a shoot. This will help you to make sure that you understand the kind of look you are getting, and also it will help you to minimize any risk that come upon you when you are going to shoot. Very good relationship between you and your client even before you go for a shoot. So keep on agreeing, keep on liking our videos, keep on liking the channel to learn much more about photography. That's what we do here. We teach you, we shoot. That's our job.